If you're wondering why I probably told you that you've chosen the wrong YouTube automation niche, it's likely because it's actually true. From the past 4 years that I've been doing YouTube automation, I've kind of found that there's a difference between niches in which what you think is a niche probably isn't a successful niche within YouTube automation. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to choose a correct niche and one that's actually going to make it super easy for you in order to grow your YouTube automation channel. There's this theory called the niche down to blow up theory, and essentially means that if you niche down even further, you should get better results within your business, or in this case, your YouTube channel. So when applied to your YouTube channel, the more you niche down, the easier it is going to be to grow your YouTube automation channel. The top runner niches that people often flock towards is sports, celebrities, technology, luxury, cars. All of those I'm starting to consider as just general categories. While you may call them niches, I'm really not finding that they can be successful niches when it comes to YouTube automation channels. Now, of course, there are YouTube channels which are successful within those quote unquote niches, but I must say there's a much easier way to actually do YouTube automation, and that's to follow this niche down to blow up theory, in which instead of just going into sports, you narrow it down and target your favorite basketball team. Instead of just targeting general TV shows and movies, you target your favorite TV show. This is something that I've been experimenting within just earlier this year, and it makes it very easy for me to take a brand new channel, start it up, choose a very specific niche, actually get it monetized, and then actually making money. Within the span of all this, I'd much rather you niche down in order to blow up and actually grow your YouTube automation channel than to be completely obliterated just because you chose a niche that was too broad. A similar concept that kind of follows this theory is the red ocean versus blue ocean strategy. While everyone is always going into the general sports categories or general celebrities or general TV shows and movies, if you niche down and particularly only target, let's say, the Walking Dead TV series, you're more likely to grow faster. Think about it also when it comes to specialties and jobs. The specialty jobs, like a general surgeon, gets paid quite a good amount, let's say like 100,000 per year. But if he specifies and specializes in brain surgeries, the exponential increase within his income starts to grow. With that same concept applied with YouTube automation channels, you can go general TV shows, but if you niche down and choose a specific TV show, it's going to be 10 times easier to grow. So with that, there's a strategy called the red ocean versus blue ocean strategy, in which the red ocean is you going into niches like sports, celebrities, tech, TV shows, luxury, general top 10. That's like the red ocean. So in that type of ocean, there's going to be a lot of people battling for the same types of videos. But if you niche down, you're going to go enter a blue ocean in which there's no competition. You'll easily grow. You'll still target the correct audience, and it just makes YouTube automation a lot easier for you. So thinking about it in this sense, if you're browsing YouTube and you come across a general TV shows channel and they cover a variety of different TV shows, some of the TV shows you like, some of the TV shows you don't like, it's an okay channel. But then you come across a channel which is dedicated purely to just the Walking Dead series. Now, you being a Walking Dead fan, this sticks out to you because that channel only covers Walking Dead news, updates, lore, you name it. There's a huge difference in narrowing down your niche versus just choosing a general niche. So common example scenarios I can give you, starting off with the sports one first. First, you go from sports, which is just a general category. Then you niche down even further and go into basketball, which is okay. I technically do have a bunch of basketball channels, but then you niche down even further and cover only, let's say, the Taiwanese basketball league. See how niche that can actually become? Now, taking another step further, as I've said before, first you target TV shows. If you niche down even further, then you target only Netflix TV shows. If you niche down even further, then let's say you only target Cobra Kai. You do have to be careful though, because you don't want to niche down so much to the point where there's such a small audience. You want to niche down enough into which you know that there's a die-hard audience, there's a demand for your video topic and niche, and also you also won't run out of ideas when it comes to coming up with remarkable ideas for your specific niche. Another example I can give is general celebrities. So that again is a category. A lot of people are just doing general celebrities. If you niche down even further, maybe you want to do news and gossip within general celebrities. If you niche down even further, maybe you only want to target hip hop or rap celebrity artists. If you niche down even further, your ultimate sub niche will be gossip and rumors surrounding ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. As you can see, there's basically like a 2 to 3 layer down system which you can utilize in order to niche down even even further, chances are you're probably in a category of a niche. Maybe you're just in general tech, maybe you're just in general TV shows, maybe you're just in general sports. But if you niche down even further, you will find amazing results just as I have. So with the other general categories that I've mentioned before, instead of just doing general TV shows, I'm actually targeting a specific TV show or network. Instead of just doing general celebrities, I'm actually targeting a type of celebrities that fits a specific type of demographic. Instead of just doing general sports, I'm actually targeting specific teams and being the go-to source when it comes to news and updates related to that team. One thing to keep in mind though is that although niching down will help you, again, you've got to be careful that you don't niche down too much to the point where you either A, run out of ideas, or B, you basically went too niche to the point where there's not enough demand for your video topics. So how do you kind of combat the way like knowing, did I niche down too much? It really comes to just opinions and common sense. So one, you can have like a outside viewer look in which you're looking at other YouTube channels. And if you see, for example, a Walking Dead channel working, then that's a good indicator that you can probably start one as well. If you see a good YouTube channel that's targeting only Golden State Warriors news, you can see that's a good indicator for you to start one as well. So browsing other YouTube channels is a good way to kind of validate whether or not you've niched down too much or niched down well enough. Another way is just to kind of have some common sense behind it, in which if you niche down, do you truly believe that there's a demand for the topics within this video that you're going to be covering? It just comes from you knowing your niche. By you knowing your niche, that's something I extremely support, in which you should know something about your niche so that you can actually put yourself in your audience's shoes. Other things to consider when selecting your niche, obviously, as I've said before, you have to niche down to the point where you're targeting a specific demographic. And other things that help you grow your YouTube automation channel once it's niched down is the second thing, in which there has to be, or that ideally should be, trending, current, or anticipation news surrounding your topic. So what I mean by this is that let's take basketball updates and rumors for the Golden State Warriors, for example. Let's pretend that my niche is the Golden State Warriors updates and news. So as long as there's upcoming news and updates within the Golden State Warriors, that makes it a good niche, and it makes it so that I don't run out of remarkable video ideas and topics. On top of that though, if there's something that the Golden State Warriors are anticipating, let's say that we're anticipating for them to win the NBA championship, that'll make it 10 times better for selecting a niche. So again, those three things when selecting a niche is, number one, is there current events always entering that niche? Number two, is there trending events always entering that niche? And number three, is there something that the audience in your sub niche is anticipating that you can build videos around and basically hype up to the point in which once that event happens, you're gonna get an influx of views just because you have videos covering that event. So those three parts I basically formulate under one umbrella, in which it's current news, trending news, and anticipation news. That also makes a good YouTube automation niche. Now, it's not essential. Obviously, you'll go into niches, or you may have some niches in mind in which there's not always news, or there's not always current news, or something that people are anticipating for within that niche. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad niche. I'm just saying that it's a lot easier for a YouTube automation to grow if there's current news, trending news, and also anticipation that the audience is waiting for. So with that being said, ideally, you wanna make sure that your niche has trending, current, and anticipation events that enter in your niche. Now, depending on where you get your sources, it would be really, really ideal if your only source for your YouTube automation channel wasn't just other YouTube automation channels. Because what you see happening here is that if I have a YouTube channel covering Golden State Warriors news, and you start a Golden State Warriors news channel as well, if I'm the only one that you're quote unquote copying and just maybe slightly twisting the titles and thumbnails, I'm always gonna be on top of you, okay? The reason being is because my source is usually gonna come from outside YouTube sources, such as niche-related Facebook groups, subreddits, just word of mouth, Instagram accounts, maybe other news and blogs articles. My source doesn't come from YouTube. So when I take a video topic idea from an outside YouTube source and I make a video on it, there's a good chance that I might be the only one covering that topic. Whereas you, if you're starting a Golden State Warriors news channel and you end up copying my videos, you're always gonna be like one step behind me. So ideally, you can use me as a source if we're in the same niche, but you also want to make sure you have external sources from topics which are not on YouTube yet. And a really good thing, or basically a really good position to be in, is when you take an existing topic that comes from outside of YouTube and then you bring it over to YouTube, and then the idea actually works. So that's what I like to call pioneering ideas, in which you're the first one to cover that video topic, and it just makes it so you're not competing against all the other people who are just copying each other all well on YouTube. Again, it's okay to have me as a source when it comes to coming up with ideas, but ideally, when it comes to coming up with your trending, current, and anticipation events, you want to use external sources. Basically bookmark other Instagram accounts, bookmark subreddits. Subreddits, by the way, have been a phenomenal place for me to come up with video topics. That's a key thing. You may want to look into it. Maybe in a future video, I'll go over it more into detail. If you do want to learn more about it, comment down, teach me below, and I'll probably make a video on it. But subreddits have been an absolute game changer for me to come up with topics for my YouTube channels. And with those subreddits, I'm usually the first ones to actually cover video topics based on that subreddit. And it just makes for a good, unique, one-of-a-kind video that hasn't been posted on YouTube before. Other places include blogs, news websites, Instagram accounts, if I haven't mentioned that yet, Facebook groups, if I haven't mentioned that yet, and of course, word of mouth as well. When you're talking with friends and family and they mention topics that you're not aware of, you may want to look into it and make a video topic on that as well. My friends have been great sources for giving me YouTube ideas. While they're not directly telling me like, hey, John, maybe you should make a video topic on this, they're basically just mentioning trending or current news that I've missed that currently is happening right now. That just makes for a good opportunity for me to make a YouTube video on it. So as I said, I've been doing YouTube for about 4 years right now, and there's a lot more things that I've learned. If you want to see what else I've learned based on my past 4 years doing YouTube automation, make sure to check this video out here.